A tribute to Jared Leto, the man behind the method, written by Grace Smith. Jared Leto is infinitely talented and equally as misunderstood. Let's take a more nuanced look into the mind of the man behind the method actor.
Work hard. I mean, there's really no mystery to it, or there's nothing that special about the way that I work compared to anybody else.
Hippie childhood and humble beginnings. Similar to stars like Joaquin Phoenix or Winona Ryder, Leto's upbringing was more eccentric than your average kid. Born in Bossier City, Louisiana in 1971, he and his brother Shannon were raised by their single mother, Constance. After Constance was all but forced to drop out of school in order to birth and raise Jared, the Letos would scrape by with a dependence on food stamps and no extra for toys or recreation. Over the course of Leto's childhood, the family would adjust, though they would be affected by the sudden suicide of the boy's absent father when Jared was only 8 years old, and adapt the best way they could.
And the idea is that you go away, you get rid of your phone, you get rid of distractions, you get rid of everything, and you just meditate.
In 1981, Constance would relocate them to a commune in Colorado for a stint of 3 formative years. Because of this, Leto claims his lifestyle consisted of foraging for berries and sleeping in tents. Roots like this seemed destined to breed rock and movie stars, and gave Leto an appreciation for art, music, and creative fulfillment. With a screen debut in the classic 90s show My So-Called Life, as the sensitive bad boy Jordan Catalano alongside Claire Danes, the start of Leto's career is just as memorable as the rest in this teen drama series that has held its own in the 2 decades since it ended.
Can we go somewhere? Sure.
He would finally make his debut as the film star we know and love in the ensemble film How to Make an American Quilt, alongside stars like Winona Ryder, Ellen Burstyn, and even Maya Angelou, who he is closely tied with in the context of the film. After a string of honorable mention roles in a number of culturally iconic films like Fight Club, Girl Interrupted, and The Thin Red Line, Leto would go on to deliver one of the most memorable performances of his early career in Darren Aronofsky's film Requiem for a Dream.
I don't know. What about your clothes? These sketches are great. Open up a store.
This is where his penchant for method acting would first appear as Harry Goldfarb, a heroin addict who gradually becomes completely intertwined with the corruption of drug abuse. In preparation for the role, Leto would lose a worrying amount of weight and spend multiple nights with real junkies on the streets of New York. He would reap the benefits of his dedication as the film and his performance were critically praised, now revered in the realm of the psychological drama and drug cinema. In the same year, Leto would play the supporting role Paul Allen in the film adaptation of American Psycho.
You have a dog? A little chow or something?
No, Helen.
Is that a raincoat?
Though Christian Bale receives much deserved praise for his complex and unhinged performance of corporate killer Patrick Bateman, Allen serves as a worthy icon of malice for Bateman, and the nature of his death powers the conflict from then on. Since then, Leto has starred in a number of other films such as Highway, Panic Room, Lord of War, and Lonely Hearts. His next notable method performance would be in Chapter 27, in the biographical role of Mark David Chapman, a Beatles superfan and an assassin of John Lennon, for which he would quickly gain over 65 pounds.
And knowing what almost happened, knowing that you could have done it.
Now you do it.
This performance was rightfully praised for his perfect transformation and impression of a real, complex character. His next role would be the timeless and nearly immortal Mr. Nobody, a unique role for which his performance was one of the most collectively applauded qualities. Following a brief hiatus from film, Leto would embark on one of his most incredible performances in Dallas Buyers Club as Rayon, a transgender woman with AIDS who forms an unlikely partnership with Matthew McConaughey's prickly cowboy Ron Woodruff.
You know what? You don't deserve our money, you homophobic asshole.
In preparing for this role, Leto stripped his body hair, lost 30 pounds, and chose to embody the character at all times during filming. As was clear from the beginning of his career, this penchant for metamorphosis would work immensely in his favor, leading him to earn his first and currently only Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. A jack of all trades, Jared Leto represents an image of stardom that roots itself in pure skill as an impressive example of an actor who has transcended a single craft.
I'm so proud to share this journey with you. I'm in awe and have so much respect for you all.
Not only is he well known for his many aforementioned film roles, but he's the enigmatic lead singer for the band 30 Seconds to Mars, alongside his brother Shannon Leto. The eclectic blend of metal and space rock that they've been developing since their genesis in 1998 has earned acclaim in its own right, including a Billboard Music Award win and multiple nominations. Beyond film and music, Leto is a practiced activist and philanthropist.
The absolute biggest breakthroughs in life lie just beyond the darkest days. But today we celebrate.
He has used his money as well as his reach to facilitate charitable help for numerous organizations, including but not limited to the Nature Conservancy, Habitat for Humanity, and Aid Still Required. More recently, following the devastating Haitian earthquake in 2010, the actor has been involved with nonprofits like JP Haitian Relief, founded by fellow actor Sean Penn, in response to rebuilding the disaster-torn country to its former stability. All of this is to say that though Leto is most often commended for his artistic pursuits, an even more noble sort of merit lies in his efforts to give back to those who are in need.
Who have ever felt injustice because of who you are or who you love, tonight I stand here in front of the world with you and for you.
More than just an icon. As famous as he is misunderstood in recent years, Leto has fallen out of favor due to his dedication to the craft. After being cast as the Joker for the now infamous DC film Suicide Squad, Leto, in an attempt to fully embody the character, engaged in a number of activities under the guise of method acting. These activities include allegedly sending his castmate Margot Robbie a dead rat, though Leto would later deny this. He would also send anal beads and used condoms to cast members in order to conjure the chaotic spontaneity of the Joker character.
My will, according to my plan, and you, Doctor, are not part of my plan.
While these actions are seen by many as overstepping the boundaries of professionalism, regardless of their career, they still serve as an evocative representation of Leto and his mindset towards the craft. Fans of Leto can look forward to his next film appearance in House of Gucci, directed by Ridley Scott, alongside Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, and Jeremy Irons, set to release in November 2021. Not only that, but he's slated to star in Marvel's new film adaptation for the character Morbius, the living vampire, entitled Morbius, which is set to be released at the beginning of 2022.